Alright, hey guys, how's it going? Right away, sorry for the feedback. I messed around with it for a while, but I couldn't really figure out how to fix it or change it, so I'll just deal with it. But this is easier than taking a bunch of different screenshots. I thought I'd just make a video and kind of talk over it, how the year went, look at stats, and show things that way. So first of all, just start off with the formation. Pretty much played this formation all year long, this version of the 4-3-3. And just to kind of show you what they looked like in the different forms. If we went into attacking, nothing really would change except the pressing really increased, so tactics-wise, things really increased on the attacking. Anyways, I'll confirm that. The ultra-attacking was obviously a little bit different, but everybody pushed up a little bit more. Backtracking, we went to defensive. We just kind of inverted the 4-3-3, and Derek would be the CDM, and we'd have Phil and myself just kind of in front of that. And the top three would pretty much remain the same, but these, Ethan and this is a youth player, I'll talk about the squad in a second, but they would come back a little bit more in this formation to help support. But that was defensive. And then if we ever really wanted to park the bus, just pretty much made it a 4-5-1. Anyways, here's the squad. So we have JD in the center. Obviously, you guys have progressed. 88 in the center, Derek 87, CDM, and Phil will be playing with senior cam there as well. This is a youth player that we scouted either last year or this year, but he really started progressing, so play him as well. Wambasaka is our fullback, and Kieran Tierney on the left side there. Center backs are the only thing I'm probably going to change. I actually signed a couple players. We'll look at transfers in a second, but they'll be coming as part of next year. But Zagadou, I'm probably going to keep around. He really progressed well, more than usual actually. Spots at an 89. Alright, but here's our subs. We had Callum Wilson. I got Luke Bakayoko halfway through the year. I got rid of Kalapianka. I had him for a while, but I never played him, so I got a younger player that I thought I might actually put out there. This is another one of our youth players that has really progressed. Play left back and right back. That's one thing that I've really enjoyed with the ability to edit on PC is I can change their positions and actually make them be able to play multiple, even if the game originally only gives them one position. But anyways, this is the bench. We have Weston McKinney, Sessignon, Pereira, Neres. I've kind of been playing my youth player more than Neres, but Neres was out there for the majority of the year as well. We'll take a look at appearances and all those stats in a little bit. On the bench, this is another youth player that's been progressing really well, and he can play anywhere on the back line, which is really nice. And here's Zero Park in the background. Another center back here. He's progressed really well. He was kind of progressing kind of slowly though, so he kind of lost his spot. But I'll definitely be keeping him around. Might have to put him on loan next year, but we'll see. He continues to develop. And I kind of have a slew of youth players, some of which I'm trying to sell, some of which I'm hanging on to and putting out on loan. But I've enjoyed kind of having a youth system supporting, and to have at least 3 players kind of get into the rotation of starting lineups has been really cool. Anyways, that was the first team. Just to take a real quick look at the second team. When the second team would play, pretty much the same formation, but we would be moving a couple of the guys around here. And you can see that both of my youth player fullbacks are in, as well as some of the other guys I keep spud in there, just in case things get through. And I would usually put our guys on the bench, and that would usually help quite a bit. Alright, checking out the league table here. We saw earlier it was pretty tight between us and Spurs. There were 2 games left. We got that win against Newcastle, and that pretty much wrapped it up. But you can take a look at the goal difference here and what the points looked like. We were pretty much in control for most of it, so I might be playing next year on Legendary. I played this year fully on World Class and got all the way to the semi-finals as well of the FA Cup, which I'll show in a second. But we lost to Chelsea. Chelsea was kind of our bogey team. one of my losses was a sim, but the second loss was a game I played against Chelsea. So I lost to Chelsea twice in the same month, and so that was a little bit unfortunate. But they're my bogey team in this career save, it seems. So yeah, anyways, really solid season here. We can take a look at the FA Cup, but I don't really like how this menu looks. I think it's kind of a waste. I really liked the bracket menu more, but anyways, you can see Chelsea went on to win. We lost to them 2-1. We had a nice comeback, but yeah, anyways, I don't really need to look at all the FA Cup stuff. We can just look at the stats now. JD and I went back and forth a ton throughout the entire year, but just came out a little bit on top. Sorry, JD. Let's see if anybody else made the list. Nope, doesn't look like it. But you'll see next that the assist is absolutely bonkers. Ethan ties with Eriksson, but Ethan, you got, I think, injured, or I just kind of rotated the squad a little bit more. So unfortunately, I think if you would have played every single match like Eriksson, you would have definitely been #1, but tied for #1. I'll take it, right? 12. JD had 10. Oh, sweet. And then you see Johnson, Derek had 7, and Neres also had 7. Alright. Clean sheet Spud, #1. Nice. 15 in 38 matches. Next best is De Gea. He had a little bit less appearances, but well done there. Alright, the only other thing we could look at would be the FA Cup. And there you are, Spud. 2 clean sheets and 5 appearances, pretty solid. Assists wise, nice. There's 3. Okay, looks like that. JD, nice, 6 goals in 4 matches, beast mode. That's legit. Nobody else has quite that stat line. I got 3 and 5. Okay. Those are pretty much the 2 main competitions this year. I don't remember. I think I got eliminated in the Carabao Cup kind of early. We can take a look at those stats though on the opposite side. Alright, but anyways, let's see if anybody got on this list. Yeah, I thought we kind of got eliminated early. Let's see. Nope, didn't see anybody. Okay, well that was pointless to look at, but it is what it is. Alright, so let's get right into the squad hub and kind of see how everybody did here. Let's just take the first team view. Alright, so right off the bat, Ethan, status as one of the world's best players already, at 18 years old, 90 overall, beastin' and feastin'. Alright, stats. 33 appearances in the Premier League, 9 goals, 14 assists. And a part of 13 clean sheet games with an average rating of 8.2. Solid. Alright. FA Cup, 1 goal, 1 assist in 4 games, 7.8. Averaging out for 37 appearances, 10 goals, 15 assists, and an 8.10 average match rating. Too legit to quit. Alrighty. Moving on to Spud. Has potential to be special. Well, I think we'll all have one of the world's best by next season as our status, but we can see he went +3 this season. How many do you think he just went up +2? But I think that might have actually been more. Alright, the stats for Spud this year. I think we already kind of looked at some of those, but 15 clean sheets, average of 7.4, average of 7.2 in the FA Cup, and averaging a 7.3 rating with 17 clean sheets total in 44 appearances, but also don't forget that 1 goal in the FA Cup. I took a screenshot of that. It was a penalty, so you took the pen and put it in there. Spud, nice job. Top bins, I'm sure. And 5 assists during the Premier League, which either came from throws or deep kicks, so that can't be overlooked as well. So honestly, I think that 7.4 is a little bit on the low end for a goalkeeper who contributes 5 assists. So anyways, alright, I also have the has potential to be special, went +2, but I think there's probably a little bit more. Stats wise, 39 total appearances, 30 goals, 15 assists. 8.5 average rating. But I think that's really more down to the fact that I really like to play through the middle or work the ball back to the middle, so the cam is just in general my favorite position. So probably more evident of my playing style than the actual players themselves. But yeah, FA Cup 5, 3, and 3. Nice. 8.1 there. Moving on, Derek. CDM, pretty much where I played you most of the year, unless there was an odd injury. You might have played one game at center back, but pretty much CDM. 33 appearances, 5 goals, 7 assists. For a deep playing player, that's pretty legit. 7.8 average rating. And pretty similar stat line for the FA Cup as well. But 2 goals, 1 assist there. So ending the year with 38 appearances, 7 goals, 8 assists. A part of 15 clean sheets. And JD, obviously we had the goal scoring race all year long. You had 33 Premier League appearances, 25 goals, 10 assists, part of 11 clean sheets, averaging an 8.2. And the FA Cup, dude, averaging a 9.0, 4 appearances, 6 goals, 1 assist in that time. Unreal. Awesome bottom stat line as well. 37 total appearances, 31 goals, 11 assists. So, and averaging an 8.3 for the whole year. Awesome. Alright. I think that's everybody. If you want to know anybody else's stats, we can just kind of take a peek here, but we can just kind of take a look at how the team contributed overall. So as we look here, Callum Wilson definitely had some good appearances off the bench. Neres had 36, so you can kind of get a gist of who was a starter this year and who was kind of coming off the bench. Wow, Pereira, 6 assists. That's legit. Yeah, and obviously the guys who are in the mid-20 ranges of appearances were usually on the sub or second team squad, so usually tried to rotate them in based on schedule and that sort of thing. The average of 6.6. Zagadou really impressed me. I didn't think he'd be up to an 80 already, but I always seem to sign him. He's always like a cheap, good defender, and he's pretty versatile because I believe, yeah, he can play center back and left back, so it's always nice to have a versatile defender. Alright. So that is that, really. I don't think there's anything else I really need to show. I think I covered it all. Alright. Peace. Alright, one thing I forgot. I referenced it, but I talked about the transfers, but I never showed them. So I just wanted to show those quick. I'll just go by our most expensive to our least expensive. So we got Neres from Chelsea for 107. Honestly, I don't know if I'd buy him again. I think I might actually include him in a swap deal for Mbappe next season, or try to at least. He's been good, but I don't know. Might just want to try a different player. Got Phil Foden for 85. Got Luke Bakayoko in January for 10 million plus Colin Pienka, because I just never really played with him. Zagadou at the start of the season for 19.6. He progressed really well. Just tried to offload a couple people from the youth academy if they weren't going to progress above 90, or just old players that were still on the squad, which explains most of these transfers. Alright, and then I signed some players in January, starting with Jordan Henderson as depth, Eric Bailly as a starting center back, and David Luiz just kind of as a flex player for us, just in the twilight of his career coming off the bench. Just didn't think it was a bad thing. I don't dislike my other center backs, but I just needed more depth there, and another center defensive mid I felt like was needed. And these are some players that I like in our youth system, but they just aren't good enough right now, so I put them out on loan. Yeah, and otherwise, just to take a real quick look at how the other leagues played out. Just to pick a competition here. PSG won Ligue 1. Bayern won the Bundesliga very tightly. Dortmund won it last year in this save. Roma, nice, over Juve. Real won Barca, and you'll see in a second some of the other leagues as well. I think I had all the major ones there. Let's check the major competitions. There's our stats again. Only 2 losses. Champions League, Real Madrid over Roma, 2-0. Interesting, Man U got all the way there. Just to kind of take a look at some of that. Nice. Oops, I wanted to look at the Europa League as well, just to show. Ooh, wow. Paris Saint-Germain versus Liverpool, that looks like a good game. I'm really excited for the FIFA 20 career mode features, if you guys haven't seen that yet. Also, let me know. I think I'm going to play with our full squad next year, but if you guys want me to sell you to certain teams if offers come along, let me know, and then it'll be kind of cool to monitor. I may not be able to get certain stats, but if I sell within the Premier League, I might be able to. So, but yeah, anyways, been fun.